It's time now for the award-winning #1 local talk show in Northeast Pennsylvania, The Sam Lesante Show. Now here's your host, Sam Lesante.
Well, folks, they have 800 members and they're growing every day. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about the Schuylkill Chamber of Commerce. Hi, everyone. I'm Sam Lesante. Thank you for joining us here on Channel 7. It's unique, folks. Schuylkill Chamber of Commerce, I said 800 members and they're growing every day. We've talked about the Chamber many times, but there's a lot more that you want to know about the Chamber, particularly about all the services they bring. I mean, tons and tons of services. So they get a lot of information to you today. We're going to put the phone number a little later on the screen of the Schuylkill Chamber. We have with us not only Bob Carl, who's the Executive Director, but we have Rebecca Wagner, who is the Member Services Director as well, to talk about the Chamber. Now, folks, even if you're not a member, you're going to find out that it's important to know just exactly what the Chamber does, because it does affect Schuylkill County. Well, let me welcome Rebecca. How are you?
Good. How are you?
It's nice to have you on the show.
Thank you.
You add to the show. It's always maybe me and Bob, but now we have a pretty girl on the show.
Thank you.
Okay?
We'll see how it goes.
And Bob, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for being back with us, Sam.
It's always a pleasure. You know, the Chamber of Commerce, we talked about the Chamber. I'm a member of the Chamber, and there's a lot of things happening at the Chamber. But let me just talk about this, Bob. Every company has a mission statement, okay, and they want to live by that mission statement. What is your mission statement?
Well, we do want to live by this statement, and our statement basically says that we're here to provide value-added services to our members and prospective members, and through providing what they perceive to be value-added services, we generate a better business climate for each and every member. Through the better business climate, we are trying to provide a general better quality of life for all of the citizens of Schuylkill County. So we work hard with each of our businesses, as well as a significant portion of our members are nonprofits, and that creates an overall business and nonprofit climate, organizational climate, we should say, in Schuylkill County that is positive, growing, and proactive to help the quality of life in this community.
Well, knowing about the Schuylkill Chamber of Commerce and knowing how you have a number of Chamber of Commerces throughout the state of Pennsylvania, Schuylkill Chamber always seems to be one of those top, in the top 5, top 3, because of the performance and all of the services you provide. And it just goes on and on and on. I mean, Rebecca, talking to you prior to the show, you could probably talk for 3 days on everything
Yes.
that the Chamber has to offer. So, but just to, sometimes people who are members of the Chamber, they know what the Chamber is. Sometimes there are members who don't even utilize, even though they pay their dues, they don't utilize what the Chamber has. So hopefully today, they'll learn a little bit more. So what's unique about Schuylkill Chamber of Commerce, Rebecca?
Well, Bob touched on that a little bit. When I talk to other chambers, most chambers are made up of strictly businesses. Like Bob said, we've got over 245 nonprofits. Your nonprofits could be United Way, could be ambulance companies, fire companies, things like that. So we don't just help out our businesses, we're also very, very community-based. So that's where our uniqueness really comes to play.
In talking about that, it's in business people, professional people, and even individuals. They like to learn about different things. Networking is important,
Yes.
okay? And so what does the Chamber do to help promote networking?
Two of our biggest things that we do each month, we do breakfast. We just had one this morning, and we average typically between 50 to 100 people, and that's in the morning. And for businesses, for business people that need to get back to work or get to work, they start at 7:45, they end at 9 a.m. So it's easy for people to get in there. Then we also have mixers that we have once a month also. Those are in the evening from 5 to 7 p.m. Those have been ranging 200 plus a month. We've been doing really, really well. So people that are wanting to come in, and most business people will tell you business is transacted after hours. So a lot of times many things are done during those mixers or breakfast, things like that.
I think the mixers and those breakfasts are very important because I'm in a certain business. We're in the communication business, okay? So I do my routine throughout the day, but then there's a time where I don't know that you do not know that I have a service that could be of help to you. All right. So when you're mixing and you're more in a relaxed situation, you're able to say, well, I sell insurance, I'm a banker, I'm a professional, or I clean cars, I sell cars, I produce television commercials or whatever. It's a good opportunity to mix, and that's growing in the area. You also communicate various ways. And what are other ways that I as a member can get information from you?
Well, we have a communications director, Vanessa Mahota, and we obviously work as a team to feed her the ongoing information that we think our members need to see. And that goes from everything from a monthly newsletter, which we do both hard copy and electronically, whichever way the member wants to receive that, and monthly email blasts where we do summary email blasts, and then daily email blasts. And those daily email blasts may sometimes be the most important because, for example, if today the U.S. Chamber of Commerce releases a statement, a position on something that's going on in Washington, or I get a news blast out of Harrisburg, we send those things out to our members immediately so that they can stay on top of the information. Now, I know many people say, oh, I get too many emails at my work setting. My point is, I'd rather give them too much information than not enough. I believe that through a membership in the Schuylkill Chamber of Commerce, you essentially can stay in contact with what's happening nationally and statewide, as well as locally, without really leaving your business desk, so that when you leave at night, you pretty much know what's transacted in government, in transportation, and in a lot of other matters throughout our nation. And to me, that's a great value for Chamber members.
Let me ask you a question, Bob. I don't know why I say let me ask you a question. I'm asking anyway. Political, okay? Sometimes people will associate a particular organization with a political affiliation, and there's things that the United States Chamber of Commerce sometimes they play politics. How does this Schuylkill Chamber of Commerce separate itself from all of the political nonsense? Because I don't want to join an organization because I'm a Republican or I'm a Democrat. I want to join this organization because of the value I'm going to get from it.
Well, I think, as you know from knowing me as long as you do, I'm very sensitive to that issue. And clearly, business agenda nationwide can be a little more right than it is left at times. But we are not at all about political parties. We are about issues. We're about addressing the proper issues. And we work with those elected officials who support the issues that we think are in the best interest of the business agenda. And what we find, Sam, is, quite frankly, it's not very cut and dried one side or the other. After elections are over, most times elected officials know that they need to work together. You don't get anything passed in Washington or in Harrisburg without working together. So we have as much support on one side as the other side. Just recently, I'm very proud of the effort that we worked on here in Schuylkill County with congressional redistricting. It was not about Congressman Holden. Yes, he is our congressman, and we're very proud he's our congressman. But it was about keeping the 17th congressional district and Schuylkill County whole in that 17th congressional district. We worked as a team to make that happen, and we're one of the few counties in Pennsylvania that were able to do that. The Chamber was up front and center on that issue, and so whether it's Democrat, Republican, Independent, matters not to us. What matters to us is what's in the best interest of the business community, and we're going to work with our elected officials to get that done.
And I appreciate that, knowing that you were a county commissioner, okay, and we've had this discussion before. I personally, on a personal basis, when I found out that you were going to become the executive director, I thought it was one of the best moves that the Chamber could have because of your knowledge, okay, and forgetting that you're a Republican or Democrat. I just thought you'd bring a lot to Schuylkill County, which you have, and having people like Rebecca on the Chamber. Folks, I'm talking to Bob Carl, who's the Executive Director of the Schuylkill Chamber of Commerce, and Rebecca Wagner. She is the Member Services Director. We come back, we have a lot more to talk about the Schuylkill Chamber of Commerce and how it affects your lives every day living in Schuylkill County. We'll be back right after this.
A Pennsylvania winter can be challenging sometimes, but it doesn't have to be. We offer temporary stays at Providence Place for the winter months. No worry about coping with winter travel. Great meals prepared for you to enjoy with friends, free transportation to local doctor's visits, plenty of opportunity to socialize but privacy whenever you want it. You'll experience comfort and convenience at an affordable daily rate. Why not stay with us for the winter months? Contact us and ask about our winter stay program.
Ken's Tire, Schuylkill County's #1 tire and service center with 3 locations to serve you better. Commons Crossings, Frackville and Pottsville. Find all brands of tires including Bridgestone and Firestone. Ken's Tires also offers state inspections, shocks and brake work, and engine diagnostics. And don't forget, wheel alignment, lube and oil filter specials are running all the time. Ken's Tire, Schuylkill County's #1 tire and service center.
If you struggle with obesity, you know how difficult life can be, but there is help. The fully accredited Northeast Bariatric Center offers 3 surgical alternatives for weight loss, including the newest, minimally invasive sleeve procedure.
Improve your health and enjoy quality time with your family and friends. Just visit our website for more information or to check dates and times for our monthly informational session. You have a lot to gain by losing.
No one plans to be hurt. I'm attorney Conrad Falvello, and I have yet to meet anyone who would trade their health for money. But if you've had your livelihood taken away by someone else, don't kid yourself. No one's going to hand you a check. At Falvello Law, injury law is what we do every day. It's the only thing we do every day.
Falvello Law, injury lawyers.
Welcome back to the Sam Lesante Show, folks. I'm here at the Schuylkill Chamber of Commerce at Progress Avenue. Folks, before I talk to Bob Carl and Rebecca Wagner, I want to make a program note, let you know what's happening with Samson Productions on local television. I promised you last year that a lot of things would be happening with local television, and they are happening. Right now, with our new equipment, we're able to show shows immediately after we taped them, and we will be looking at doing local news here for the Schuylkill County. We're working on that. We're hoping to grow with it. By the end of the year, we should be doing weekly news and then hopefully doing daily news. I want to thank all of the sponsors who have supported us here on local television. One interesting note, folks, that I would like you to check into. If you Google television programming and if you Google broadcast and cable, you will find out something very interesting. You'll find that the viewership with broadcast and cable, network cable, is decreasing. However, what's increasing in leaps and bounds is local television programs such we provide to local communities, and we say thank you for that. We have done our surveys here in the Schuylkill area, in Pottsville, and we know for a fact, notarized numbers, that we have over 75,000 people watching Channel 7, our local television here every month, and we say thank you for that. Now, with that being said, let me talk to Rebecca. Rebecca, let's talk about the affiliations that you have, the business associations, and some of the programs that you have to offer.
Okay. Well, we have 8 affiliates that we work with. That's Origsburg. I just want to make sure I get them all. Pottsville, Shenandoah, Frackville, Monomoy City, Schuylkill Haven, Ashland, and Pine Grove. I think I have them all. They're either business associations or chamber of commerces, and then we work with them. I attend each of their meetings that they have a month. We have a dues sharing program. So if you happen to be a business that happens to be in Ashland, and you would like to be a member of ours plus that chamber of commerce, you may do so. And we joke here, it's you check the box, and we send a portion of the dues to Ashland. So you're a member of both of ours, but you don't have to send 2 separate checks to 2 different organizations. You have 2 chamber choice programs, healthcare and energy programs. Can you talk about those? I'll probably have Bob talk about some of that.
Well, the healthcare program, we have had, Chamber Choice is essentially, Sam, a buying consortium, 95 chambers in Pennsylvania and another 20 roughly in West Virginia. And they came together to do exactly what the intent was, which is buy goods and services that would be of interest to chambers and chamber members at a discounted price. And healthcare was the lead item. And as we know, national healthcare is changing dramatically. And we don't know what that final solution is going to be. We know what the legislation is today. Highly likely it's going to change. So the healthcare environment's changing, but we do have a promoted healthcare product. Our preferred vendor through Highmark in this area is Highmark through the Chamber Choice program. And if a member finds the Highmark product to be its best solution. We provide a discounted solution, so they're going to get high-mark health care for their employees at a discounted rate than they can get anywhere else in the common market. Now, we realize that there's other health care vendors, and our members may go that direction, so it's not an obligation. It's a preferred product if they can utilize it. The energy program, as we talked about before, Sam, you and I, was just a great boom. We put 360 people back in 2010 in the energy program. That energy program on an annual basis, because we're basically pooling group energy purchases, is saving those 360 members over $1.5 million a year. So we were able to address energy deregulation, specifically electricity generation pricing, and we've been able to continually add members into that pool or a customized solution if the pool is not right. And we've had a lot of people come to us, and we can continue to educate members and prospective members on that opportunity. That's just two of the programs. There's other programs out there that Chamber Choice offers. And again, whether it's through Chamber Choice, a buying consortium, or on our own, or in conjunction with our local members, putting collaboratively products together, it's all about how to put more value-added services out there for our members.
And Rebecca, the membership, you have different areas. You have retired membership.
Yes.
Explain that.
We've had requests from our members that are no longer they've retired from their business and they'd like to still be active in the Schuylkill Chamber. So we have added that to our membership, so you can be a retired member for $75. We also have a student membership. We've got many students that are either going back to school and they're in the business field and would like to be a member. That's a $25 fee. So they can take and have advantages of all of this that we're talking about for a nominal fee.
I think that's fabulous. I think young people who are either going to college or who are graduated to become involved in the chamber, knowing all of the facets or learning as much as you can about everything that the chamber has to offer. Very involved in the community. It's a learning process. It really is a good learning process. Member-to-member benefits, programs, what are they?
The member-to-member program that we started basically has to do with a preferred vendor, per se. And a business can say, well, I'm going to give a 10% discount on such and such because you're a member of the Schuylkill Chamber. So that's a benefit. We've had, I just had a member say to me yesterday, which I want to use as a testimonial, that with oil, it's 5 cents on the gallon, and he saved a good amount of money, and he just wanted to let me know. Well, he had called that oil company and said, hey, I'm a member of the Schuylkill Chamber, and they said, oh, well, let me get that in, and knowing that they have a discount with, so any of our members can take advantage.
That would have paid for his dues.
I know, really. So there's so many programs. You can opt into that program at any time. You can opt out. It's free, but it's a way to get your name out there.
Sam, that's an excellent point, too. You've said it many, many times, but chamber membership pays for itself, and you just brought that point back to the table. That's one example, but I can go through program after program, energy, that one with oil. I mean, basically, if you get involved with the chamber, yes, there's an upfront cost for membership, but we're going to show you the return on your investment.
If I were watching a program right now and I had a business or I want to be a member, the first thing I would do is I'd call Rebecca and say, give me all these member benefits that you have, and if they apply to me, I'm joining just to take just a savings. Folks, I'm talking to Bob Carl, who is the Executive Director of the Schuylkill Chamber of Commerce, and Rebecca Wagner. She is the Member Services Director, talking about all of the great things about the Chamber. I just gave you a good one, folks. Check them out, because if you can save a lot of money, it'd be worth it joining the Chamber. We'll be back right after this.
Hello folks, I'm Dr. Tom Mead, a native of the anthracite coal region of northeastern Pennsylvania, where I received a great high school public education, which launched me on a wonderful career in orthopedic surgery. I now limit my practice to knee surgery on patients of all ages from 13 to 99. I continue to perform a large percent of my surgeries in Schuylkill County and utilize many of the region's excellent rehabilitation facilities. I'm part of Coordinated Health, one of the only private, physician-owned, surgeon-directed hospital networks in the country. We've become a destination center for both patients and surgeons seeking us out for our expertise in patient care and surgical techniques. Join me as I host Real Life in the OR, where you'll see real surgeries on real people and hear their real stories. I also host the Dr. Mead Show, where we have medical experts and a live audience discussing topics to improve for your health and quality of life. Please join me. You won't be disappointed.
Ken's Tire, Schuylkill County's #1 tire and service center with 3 locations to serve you better. Commons Crossings, Frackville and Pottsville. Find all brands of tires including Bridgestone and Firestone. Ken's Tires also offers state inspections, shocks and brake work, and engine diagnostics. And don't forget, wheel alignment, lube and oil filter specials are running all the time. Ken's Tire, Schuylkill County's #1 tire and service center.
In the last 5 years, I'm honored to bring local television information to you here in Greater Pottsville. Hi everyone, I'm Sam Lesante, CEO of Samson Productions. I want to thank all of you for supporting us. According to our surveys, we have over 75,000 people each month watching us here on Channel 7. We say thank you. I also want to thank all of our advertisers who know the need for local television. I ask you to please support them. They are showing you that they care about our community. In addition to the local shows we've now produced, it is my goal to do local television news right here in Greater Pottsville. I know more than anyone else how important it is to know what is happening in your hometown. I see that every time when we do an All Around the Town show or a Sam Lesante show. So I want to thank all of you for supporting us, and please support our advertisers. If it weren't for them, we would not be able to bring you the local information you need to know. I would also like to invite those advertisers that have not been able to take advantage of local television information. To see more of what we can do for you, please visit our website, samsonproductions.com. And again, I thank all of you for accepting Samson Productions in your hometown.
Providence Place has again been listed as one of the 100 best places to work in Pennsylvania. We are naturally appreciative that our co-workers have bestowed this honor on the company, but the truth is, the award is more a reflection of the skill and dedication of the staff who choose to work here, as well as their genuine affection for the people who decide to live here. We want to recognize and thank our co-workers for their dedication to our residents. Why not visit us and see for yourself why Providence Place is such a special place to live and work?
Anyone can make a phone call. What's important is who's on the other end. We've been doing injury law for more than 35 years. It's what we do most, it's what we do best, it's what we do every day. So if you're hurt and want a lawyer who does nothing but injury law every day, there's no reason to call anyone else.
Valvello Law, Injury Lawyers.
Welcome back to the Sam Lesante Show, folks. And once again, SSPTV.com. SSPTV.com. You can go to there, hit shows, hit Pottsville. Everything is on there. You'll know our schedule. You'll see you'll see this show. You'll see all around the towns and a lot of other things we do here in local television. Remember what I just said before, folks. We're increasing our local television programming here in the Pottsville area. We'll be doing weekly news. Plus, hopefully, we'll be doing daily news Monday through Friday like we do in the Greater Hazleton area. Bob Carl's my guest, the Executive Director, and Rebecca Wagner, who is Member Services Director. When you're talking about your committees, okay, what's the structure there?
Well, essentially, we have 4 very active, ongoing committees that meet on a monthly basis, and those are Government Affairs, Transportation, Member Services Committee that Becky works so hard on, and, of course, our Education Committee. And the point here is that these committees do a lot of the basic hard work on behalf of all of our chamber members. They grind it out, grind the issues out, and make sure that what they come back with for the membership is in the best interest. Government Affairs, again, I'll go back to what we just did recently. The Government Affairs Committee, after a contact by Senator Argo and Representatives Goodman, Tobosh, and Jerry Knowles, came to us and said, we're concerned about congressional redistricting. We have a great working relationship with Congressman Tim Holden. He does a great job here, and we could get very fragmented. We're going to go into Harrisburg, and we're going to have to push, but guess what? Our colleagues are all going to be pushing for the best solution for their area. How can the chamber help give us the ammunition we need to go in those meetings? So we took that on after discussing it at Government Affairs, and we were able to keep the 17th Congressional District in Schuylkill County whole. And therefore, our representation continues with Tim Holden, his seniority, and the great work he's done for this county. Now, you know, transportation, I find all the time. There's so much going on in Schuylkill County and surrounding areas with transportation projects. We bring together all the decision makers, everything from PennDOT, NEPA, our state legislators, our state senator's office, our county planning, and we get into a think tank here, and we really help mold the decisions of where transportation in Schuylkill County is going. Member services is exactly what it says. We're sitting in there talking about what you're asking us about today. How do we develop value-added services? And education is simply making sure we put seminars and educational programs out there for our members. But that work that is done in those committees gets transferred out to the membership, and by either being actively involved, you can participate in those decisions, or you benefit by being a member when those decisions are made.
Okay, so I'm watching the show. I'm thinking of joining the chamber, 622-1942. Rebecca, you answer the phone. I say, Rebecca, listen, I just saw the Sam Lesante show, and I'm curious about the Schuylkill Chamber of Commerce. Why should I really join this organization?
Because I said so.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I could do that too.
Yeah.
What I usually try to do is I want to try to find out what they're looking for. One of the things that we haven't really touched on is our county, most of our businesses, 85% of our businesses are 10 and under with employees. So for someone, we talked about mixers or breakfast, it's really hard for a business owner. I hear that all the time. It's very hard for them to leave their business, even for an hour, because productivity shuts down. So I usually try to see what they're looking for. If it's insurance, I'll talk to them about that. If they want to, you know, talk about networking, I'll go that route also. So it really, I try to pinpoint what they're looking for and then talk about that program. Otherwise, I'm on the phone with them for an hour.
And you know, one of the things, and I know this is going to sound like I'm being braggadocious here, but one of the things, the most important things that brings information is local television.
Yes.
I mean, we have all around the town where we go into a place business. I know it's a commercial, but we go into your business for 3 minutes or 5 minutes. I'm bringing 75,000 people into your business every day. Okay, or excuse me, once a month, okay, we air it every day. Mm-hmm. But what you're saying is, if I have a business of 10 or less, there's so much that I could learn and network with these mixers. So that's critical. I think anybody who is interested in joining the chamber, find out what their deals are. That's number one. I like that opportunity, especially your savings. But we got a minute left. Bob, anything in closing?
Well, no, I think Becky just was on an excellent point, and I want to applaud Rebecca and the Member Services Committee. But Rebecca does exactly what you just said, and we joke, but it's the truth. We have 810 members, and growing, and we really need to find the customized solution of why that value added is there for them. And Rebecca does that every day. She'll sit there and she'll basically do an hour interview if she needs to on the telephone to find out where the niche is for that particular company. And for some, it's simply networking, and for others, it's very specific. But at the end of the day, I'm confident both with what Rebecca does and the services that we have here that we can find the investment, the return on that investment, and why they should join the chamber. We will show them in year one why they want to renew that membership.
Most importantly, Robert, it's the fact that you enjoy what you're doing.
Absolutely love it.
You love what you're doing. Folks, you're watching the Sam Lesante Show. Remember, if you want to know about everything that we're doing in the Pottsville area, go to our website at ssptv.com. Hit shows, and you'll hit Pottsville, and you'll see our schedule. So you'll know how many times the different shows run all around the town. The Dr. Mead Show, A Real Life in the OR, the Law Talk, and the Sam Lesante shows. We have a lot of different guests on. I just had Governor Corbett on, who's running in this market area right now. And we have a lot of surprising guests. But the best show so far is the one I just did with Bob Carl and Rebecca Wagner. Their number is 622-1942. Come on, become a member and join us. We have a lot of fun here. We'll see you next time.